what an epic Game 3 that was. I know Game 4 is more recent, and obviously it tied the series up, but I would be remiss if I did not ask you where that ranks in terms of the games that you have called
it's
for anything.
So what's funny is that Shulman was the voice of the World Series on the radio. Dan Shulman, who's now the voice of the Blue Jays.
And isn't he calling it on CBC right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're still doing it. They're the one team that gets to still do their local, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
On television with Buck Martinez. But in 2018, he called the 18-inning game, and then I believe the next night he was still battling some laryngitis. I ended up being flown in from New York to call Game 5, the clincher, because he got kind of worn out, at least in part, due to that 18-inning game. But that one the other night was incredible. There was a part of me that was curious to see how far it would go. I had a pretty good idea it was going to end on something going over the wall.
Yes, right. Right.
But it was surprising to me, a couple of the balls that didn't get out, because
Will Smith, I thought, had one, and I thought Freeman had one before Freeman got one.
It's one of the things, to go dorky, but, back in the day, people used to talk about Dodger Stadium and that the ball doesn't carry at night. That is not the case anymore. This has played the last 3 years as the top home run hitters park in all of baseball. But the marine layer kind of showed up the other night, and we saw some balls. Freddie said, I didn't know if it was going to go. So it was memorable. We were exhausted at the end of the night. It was really cool.
Yeah, and so do you have like a lozenge? What do we do? A little tea with honey?
So to me, it's more. I'm already.
It?
As soon as you say that, I'm thinking of Lou Duva coming in and saying, "Don't be a lollipop." So my main thing that I tell people is that it is not about my voice. Yes, my voice gets a little tired, and I feel it a little bit the next day. It's your brain. It's the concentration. I probably shouldn't out myself on this, but the call, if you listen to my call, I say, Varsho back at the wall at the track. It goes the track, the wall.
Yes, in terms of,
you kids
actual...
out there, it goes the track and the wall. It's the warning track, then the wall. But you're a little tired, so you might miss. But look, from doing this, from doing play-by-play, the one part, though, is just there's the concentration. Is just because it's in here doesn't mean it's going to come out there. And there are times when the information, just sometimes this isn't going to cooperate. It's going to happen. If you call Mike Trout Steve Trout, because I remember the left-handed pitcher when I was growing up, it's not because I don't know that it's Mike Trout. It's just sometimes mechanically it's not going to happen. And if, we followed all of you around for 3 straight hours, you'd say dumb stuff too.
I love it. Yes. Thank you for taping.
Drive safe, everybody.
Boog Sciambi. Because I've done that.
Yeah.
And nothing like I'll do this show, but I'm fortunate to be able to do it every day in a cadence. So if something doesn't go right out of my pie hole, I'll be able to just bury it and move on. If I do that with play-by-play, it sticks with me for a long time.
No doubt.
I really beat myself up significantly because there's a responsibility to meet the moment, be accurate, get it right, and also avoid a moment like this one. I'll share with you. I've shared it here before. So I had a game, Bucks Texans on NFL Network, Jameis Winston versus Deshaun Watson. First quarter in, I'm thinking, all right, I'm doing pretty well. I'm calling this game, and I look down at my phone, and it's my wife, Susie, calling, and I'm like, because there's got to be an emergency if she's calling me during the game. I pick up the phone, and she says, literally, "What the F is wrong with you?" is what she said. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "You don't know?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, "You've been calling Watson Winston and Winston Watson the entire quarter." And I had no earthly idea. And if you had asked me, "What are you doing?"
Right, I
would have sworn I got it right.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
I understand.
man.
I understand.
So I've been there, and I've been in that Mike Trout, Steve Trout thing.
Yeah,
but
you
do
go.
it once. I did it for an entire football quarter. How you doing?
I mean, look, I have empathy. I do. I'm right there with you.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.